everyone. Nadeem here with PC.Solutions.Net, still working remotely, as I do always. I think this is going to be the norm for me. I love doing this, you know. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about PowerAutomate. You may have heard about Microsoft Flow. It used to be Microsoft Flow. They renamed it. They called it PowerAutomate. For a few different reasons, but one of the main things is that on the back end now it uses the Microsoft's content data store, which is the same data store that is used by Dynamics line of business products. So Dynamics CRM and all those different applications. So it's PowerAutomate now, and it does you know, as time goes on, they add more and more stuff to it. What is PowerAutomate? PowerAutomate, think of it like IFT for business. You've probably heard of IFT, to automate things. IFT is IFTTT. It stands for if this, then that, and you can automate stuff like your smart home. Like, you know, if the energy cost goes beyond a certain threshold, you can reduce the temperature in your house or increase the temperature in your house, depending if it's hot or cold. So it can automate things for you. So PowerAutomate can do the same thing, but for business. So it can work. It has connectors for a lot of different things out there, not just Microsoft products. It has connectors for a lot of third-party products. So what is PowerAutomate? It basically allows you to automate business processes, right? And the thing about PowerAutomate is it does use some AI on the back end. For example, you can automate the filling in of an application dialog box, and it will use AI to do that, so that no matter what screen resolution you're in, it will still accurately do that for you. You know, and the example is, for example, let's say somebody sends you a spreadsheet with their time, and you want to automate it to where an automatic process picks up that time and enters it into your finance application, so you can pay for that time. You know, something simple as that. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you what PowerAutomate is. So if you go to your portal, your Office 365 portal, you know, these are all the different apps, and if you don't see PowerAutomate, it may be hidden. So you can just click down here on all apps, and it will show you. But you go into PowerAutomate, and this is the old Microsoft Flow, and you can see right here the URL. It shows Flow on there. But now over here we have a lot of different templates. Now here's a tip of the day. When you're starting out, don't create a flow or don't create an application connection manually from blank. Use a template. So find something that's close to you. So over here it says, you know, one of the templates it's showing me is save Office 365 email attachments to OneDrive for Business. You know, great. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and use it. You can try it, test it out. This has been used a lot of times, so it looks like this is, you know, pretty you know, pretty good. People love this little app right here, this little connector or a template that uses connectors on the back end. Then there is a push notification as well. You know, so if your boss sends you an email, you get a push notification on, you know, an SMS message or something. But down here, if you scroll down a little bit, so you have quite a few templates. And these are broken down by segment. So this is for sales team, you know, this is for on-the-go stuff. This is just to improve your productivity. And there's a lot of templates out there. Now, if a template, you know, almost 100% of the time so far, we can always find a template as a good starting point for all of the flows or PowerAutomate projects that we have. However, once you get used to it, you'll see how everything works. And then you can start using individual services. So for example, instead of starting from a template, you can over here, you know, use a connector to Twitter or Dropbox and use that directly, as opposed to starting from a template. But if you start from a template, it's real easy. You know, let's just go ahead and click try it and see what happens. It walks you through it. And it you know, and that's it. So this flow has been saved to my list. So let's look at my flows. So Now it's got that new flow that we created in there. Yep, save attachment. So, to my OneDrive. So let me go ahead and edit this real quick and see what happens, just to show you what all it is. So real simple. If a new email comes in right here, if a new email comes into the inbox, and I can show the advanced options too, but then simply apply to each attachment on the email. So create a file, and there are some conditions. So now you can show advanced options, so you can kind of customize it from here. And over here, it's create a file, so I can click down and I can customize it from here. So, the folder path, maybe you want to change the location where it goes into your OneDrive for Business. But it's that easy. Once this flow is created, you save it, and then you run the flow. It will run in the background, right? So it will run in the background. Any email with an attachment comes in, it will apply to it, and there you have it. So now all of a sudden, you've saved the salary of a person that you pay to sit there and just save your attachments to OneDrive for Business, right? But anyway, so it can automate. This is a real quick, easy example of how Power Automate can automate your life and automate your business. Makes life a lot easier. Now, remember I talked about AI on the back end of Power Automate? Yes, look right here. This is something fairly new. It didn't used to be there. The AI Builder will allow you to capture how you interact with an application, so you can automate that part of it. So the example I gave you about a spreadsheet, it's a real world example. Small company, they get Excel spreadsheets with the employee times, and all you want to do is take that time, enter it into QuickBooks. Now, you can train a monkey to do it, right? But people are actually paying other people to process this, and that's all they're doing. I mean, you're paying somebody to do this repetitive task. Why? Just automate it. And then that person can do something that only a human can do, right? And that's the idea, is automate as much as you can. Where you need intelligence, get a human involved. But where you don't need intelligence, it's repetitive tasks, automated. But that's it. Keeping it short and simple as promised. And we'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Everybody be safe out there.